হ্যালো এভরিওয়ান, আজকে আমি তোমাদেরকে একটা সিভিল অ্যাডভোকেসি এর পারফরমেন্স দেখাবো। সিভিল অ্যাডভোকেসিতে আমাদের 15 মিনিটস 20 মিনিটস ধরে সাবমিশন করতে হয় জাজের সামনে, এক্সামিনারের সামনে। তো আমাদেরকে একটা টপিক দিয়ে দেয়, আমরা সেটা ক্লেমেন্ট বা ডিফেন্ডেন্টের বিহাফে আর্গিউ করি কোর্টে। সেটা আমাদেরকে স্ট্রাকচারালি করতে হয়, আমাদেরকে একটা স্কেলেটন প্রিপেয়ার করতে হয়, সেই স্কেলেটনটা আমাদের সাবমিট করতে হয়, দেন আমাদের কোর্টের সামনে দাঁড়ায় কথা বলতে হবে 15 মিনিটস বা 20 মিনিটস। এটারই একটা ডেমনস্ট্রেশন আজকে দেখবা তোমরা। আজকে আমরা যেই টপিকটার উপর সাবমিশন করব সেটা হচ্ছে ইন্টারিম ইনজাংশন। আমি ক্লেমেন্টের বিহাফে কোর্টের কাছে একটা ইন্টারিম ইনজাংশন চাবো। সো লেটস স্টার্ট। Your Honor, I'm here on behalf of the intended claimants for an interim injunction under CPR 25, and this application is being made without notice under CPR 23 on the grounds that the defendants have breached a covenant, trespassed into property, and caused nuisance to the claimants. Your Honor, if I may check whether you have the bundle and the skeleton argument in front of you. I will rely on the documents mentioned in paragraph 2 of my skeleton argument. Your Honor, I will move on to the background facts of the case. The claimants and the defendants are neighbors. The claimants are tenants of a two-story building, Marlborough Walk. The defendants own properties right next to it, known as Stamford Meadow and Stamford House. Both defendants were granted a planning permission to turn Stamford House into 3 flats and Stamford Meadow into a small housing estate. But the cleaning and the construction work are being carried out inconsiderately. It is causing significant difficulties for the claimants. It is disrupting their business, and it has put their two-story building at risk. So the claimants want an interim injunction from the court as a remedy. Your Honor, I'll move on to the legal test. If I may take you to paragraph 6 of my skeleton argument. Under CPR 23.4, you will find an application may be made without serving a copy of the application notice if this is permitted by a rule, a practice direction, or a court order. Your Honor, if I may take you to page 888 of the White Book, Volume 1. On the top of the page, under CPR 25.2, you will find that the court may grant an interim remedy before a claim has been made only if the matter is urgent or it is in the interest of justice to do so. Your Honor, if I may take you to page 890 of the White Book, Volume 1. On the bottom of the page, under CPR 25.3, you will find that the court may grant an interim remedy on an application made without notice if it appears to the court that there are good reasons for not giving a notice. And lastly, Your Honor, if I may take you to page 2979 of the White Book, Volume 2. Under paragraph 15, subsection 7, you will find that to decide whether to grant an interim injunction, the court relies on the principles derived from the case of American Cyanamide versus Ethicon. The court considers whether there is a serious question to be tried, are damages an adequate remedy, would the respondent be adequately compensated by the applicant's undertaking? Your Honor, you will find the relevant factors, the rest of the factors, in paragraph 12 of my skeleton argument. Your Honor, I will turn to my submissions. CPR 25.2 states that an order for an interim injunction may be made by the court if it is an urgent matter. Your Honor, I submit the application is urgent, and it is in the interest of justice to grant an order for an injunction. Your Honor, if I may take you to the witness statement of the claimant, which is in paragraph 9, page 9 of the bundle. You will find that the defendants start their cleaning work really early in the morning, at around 6 a.m. The noises and the vibrations caused by the high-pressure water and sand hoses are causing significant distress to the claimants. Also, Your Honor, if I may take you to paragraph 11, page 9 of the bundle, you will find that the dust and the water coming from the stone cleaning work is also unbearable. No tarpaulin-wrapped scaffolding is being used to protect the surrounding properties. The claimant's business is being significantly disrupted because customers are being showered with sand and water, and the fruits are going bad very quickly. However, the most urgent matter is the hanging pillar on the rear extension of the claimant's two-story building. Your Honor, if I may take you to Exhibit AS4, page 18 of the bundle. On the top of the picture, you will see a trench which is very close to the rear extension of the Marlborough Walk. That trench had been excavated dangerously by the defendants. Your Honor, if I may take you to paragraph 15, page 10 of the bundle. In the middle of the paragraph, you will find that the claimant stating there are 3 heavy freezers in that extension. There's already a crack developing in the wall near the floor of the extension. The entire structure is at risk at the moment. And Your Honor, an oral notice of the injunction has been given to the defendants already by a telephone call. So it is submitted that the application is urgent and it is in the interest of justice to grant an injunction here. Your Honor, I further submit there is a serious question to be tried. The breach of covenant, nuisance, and the trespass are all very important matters to the claimants. It is affecting their day-to-day lives and their livelihood. They have multiple strong causes of action based on the facts of the case. Furthermore, Your Honor, I submit the damages will not be adequate. Monetary damage would be extremely high if the extension collapses. Also, it could end up causing injury to the claimants or even the customers. Your Honor, if I may take you to Exhibit AS6, page 23 of the bundle. You will find that a structural engineer named Mr. Mason stated that a radius of 2 meters per story around the pillar as support is needed in these situations. So at least 4 meters of sand should have been kept around the pillars in the rear extension since it's a 2-story building. But the defendants did not do that. Furthermore, claimant's business is being damaged beyond repair. Your Honor, if I may take you to paragraph 20, page 11 of the bundle. You will find that the claimants are suffering permanent damage through loss of customers to a competition in Balfour. The claimants worked really hard to build this business over a long period of time. If they lose their good reputation, it cannot be compensated by damages easily. The construction work can leave a lasting damage to their reputation, from which they may never recover again. Also, the claimants are spending extra money each week for the sands and the water damage to the fruits and the vegetables. They are making extra trips to replace the fruits that are being damaged too quickly. So the cleaning and the construction work can leave a lasting damage to the viability and reputation of the business. So it is submitted that the damages will not be adequate. And Your Honor, I submit claimants can adequately compensate for the defendant's damages. Your Honor, if I may take you to paragraph 20 of the skeleton argument. The orders sought by the claimants are all reasonable. No removal of soil within 4 meters of the pillars. No sand or skip on the track so claimant can use his van. Reasonable precaution to prevent water and sand from getting into the premises. None of these orders mentioned above would stop the defendants from working. They can continue their construction work. It would just protect the claimants from serious harm by ensuring that the defendants do their work safely, as they should have done it from the beginning anyway. The order would not impose any difficult obligations on the defendants. The claimants are simply asking them to be a little considerate about their surrounding properties while working. A very reasonable expectation, Your Honor. Defendants can easily follow the orders and there is no reason to think they will suffer any damages now or in the future. Nevertheless, the claimants have still provided an undertaking for damages amounting £45,000. This should be more than enough, more than sufficient to safeguard the defendants against any potential financial loss should they suffer, which is incredibly unlikely. Your Honor, I further submit there is no doubt in my mind that the balance of convenience test favors the claimants by a big margin here. Your Honor, if I may take you to paragraph 22, page 11 of the bundle. You will find that the claimants would suffer incredible inconvenience if the injunction is refused. On the other hand, if the injunction is granted, the defendant would only need to do their work by following industry standard, which would keep everyone safe. They don't even need to spend a lot of money or time for it. But for the claimants, it is not just a matter of discomfort, it is a matter of livelihood, which is far more serious. Their business might go bankrupt and they might lose everything. Your Honor, I submit all the factors I mentioned till now are in no way evenly balanced between the parties. They completely side with the claimants. However, if the court still cannot make a decision and thinks the factors are evenly balanced, the status quo test will ensure an injunction would be necessary to maintain the existing state of affairs. Before the defendants started their construction work, none of the problems existed. Only an injunction can take the parties back to their original state. And lastly, Your Honor, I submit the defendant's case has zero merit. It is disproportionately is in favor of the claimants. They have no defense at all because they are not even following basic safety protocols one should follow while doing construction work. Your Honor, there is no other way to put it. The defendants took advantage of the claimants. The claimants did give permission to use the forecourt as a good neighbor, but they never expected that the defendants will take that opportunity to exploit the good neighborly gesture made by the claimants. There is absolutely no defense for the nuisance, trespass, and the dangerous excavation that put their business and lives at risk. So, Your Honor, it is sought that the court should order an interim injunction in favor of the claimants under CPR 25.2. That's it. এটাই হচ্ছে submission.